anytime we are focused on things that keep us in fear or make us feel anger, what that does is it keeps us in low vibration. So many people that are consuming the media, when they want to be aware, what they're actually doing is impressing in their subconscious mind, and it's having a very powerful effect on their vibration. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to bypass the low vibration that people may be feeling, and 5 steps, 5 ways you can go about maintaining a high vibration no matter the chaos, no matter the fear that's happening in the world. This will really show you how to bounce back. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. Now, on this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the ways that I'm navigating through some of the things that are happening right now on the planet. Now, right now, what's happening, if you're watching this in the future, is there's the quarantine going on. There's a lot of people that are cooped up in their house, not necessarily allowed to leave their house. There's a lot of fear that's being projected out there. And there's a lot of people that are feeling like they're stuck, feeling like they're in fear, they're uncertain, they're worried about family members, they're worried about themselves. And no wonder. When you turn on the news, that is all you see. That is all you can see. If you're on social media, that's all you see. You see these people talking about what it's like to get this thing. And you're like, okay, I don't want that. Now, let me kind of put this into perspective for you though. Now imagine you actually have a much higher chance, if you were to get in your car and drive, there's a much higher chance that you could die that way, that you could get into a car accident. However, when we think about going into our car, imagine that every time you got in the car, you were like, oh my goodness, there's cars everywhere. This is so scary. Oh, can I get in the other lane? Can I get in the other lane? No, no. And imagine that that's the way you were driving, in that fear mentality. Well, guess what? That kind of fear would put you into a state to where you wouldn't make the best decisions, and you'd actually have a higher increased probability of something happening while you drive. Well, in the same way, that is sort of what is happening by having this very small percentage of people that are going through this thing, and even a smaller percentage of it, of people that actually pass away from it, and then people getting so fearful over it that that fear is weakening their immune system and then causing them to then be more susceptible and open to that probability of those things happening. Now, the key to this, though, is being able to recognize what is happening, to be able to observe it. Now, this right here I have in the picture of a TV, because I believe that this is the scale of consciousness. This comes from the book called Power versus Force. It is a very logical way of understanding these different levels. You have at the bottom, you have shame, fear, guilt. Then you have anger, neutrality, acceptance, willpower, reasoning, and love, joy, peace, and enlightenment towards the top. The more you raise your vibration, the better you feel, and also the more powerful impact you have on the society around you. Everything calibrates at a certain vibration. Right now, the news and the media calibrates at the level of fear. So when you tune to it, you may be wondering, well, okay, I felt this massive dip in my energy, this massive dip in how I feel. Well, it's because whatever we tune to, like we tune to a television channel, whatever we tune to, we then make that a part of us. That then becomes a part of who we are. And especially the more we watch it, the more momentum we give it. Now, one powerful thing to realize is neutrality. Neutrality is that of being able to observe from a neutral place. Everything that's going on right now, you could look at it as if you're looking almost through looking through some glass walls. Yes, it's in a different room, but you don't have to choose to go into that room. You don't have to choose to go in and to entertain it. You could just be aware of it. You can observe it from a neutral place. And what keeps us in the low vibes, though, is when we tune to it and then we identify with it. So this is about really being aware of that first and foremost. Now, let me share with you the most important way to raise your vibration in general, by the way, is by letting go. Your natural vibration, every single one of you watching this video, your natural vibration is that of love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. What happens is when we grow up and when there's certain things going on in our life, we get distracted by these other things that keep us in fear and anger. And if you look at the political parties, you feel angry if someone says something, and it's this game that keeps people from actually raising their vibration and feeling good a majority of the time. what's happening right now on the planet too, when you notice that there's a lot of fear in the world, when you notice that there's a lot of chaos being projected out there, be aware also that what that's going to do is that's going to help more and more people to wake up to who they are. It's becoming pretty obvious that some things are exaggerated. Like, yes, you know, with everything that's going on right now as well, I believe that what's even influencing everything more is people's beliefs about it. People's beliefs about it, because belief amplifies the power of something. They've showed that many times in placebo effects. So it's not even just the thing itself, it's people's belief in the thing itself that makes it dangerous. Now, the key to this, though, is it's waking up a lot of people. So many people are waking up and waking up to more of who they are, waking up to realizing that maybe some of the things that are projected out aren't with high integrity. And the key to this is waking up. So first off, what is the meaning we're giving this? Now, when we look at this, let's look at this. The meaning, like I was talking about the car, the meaning we give this situation, and even right now, everyone in the United States at least is on this form of lockdown, where we're not allowed to leave our houses. Well, guess what? The meaning we give this time of our life, this time of the next 30 days, like here in Vegas for the next 30 days, where the only things open are like grocery stores. There's like no gyms, and then it's recommended to stay home. Well, the meaning that each individual person gives this is going to be what that person gets out of it. So understand, the meaning is neutral. The meaning is up to us. So we get to choose that. So we have the power. We have the power. And one of the first parts of understanding vibration is reasoning, understanding the intellect of our mind, understanding that the meaning we give things is up to us. And if we give this whole thing that's happening a very fearful meaning, then we will get fear out of it. But if we give it a meaning, the meaning I'm giving this is that it's going to actually bring us closer. It's going to bring us closer. When we talk about 9/11, yes, for a while the vibration dipped of the collective consciousness. It's called the Schumann resonance. But after that, it actually started to raise back up because more of us came together. By the end of all this time of us not being around each other, guess what's going to happen? We're going to really desire to be around each other. And we're going to appreciate that time. We're probably not going to be on our phones as much. We're going to be on our phones the next 30 days. Screen time is going to go up because of what's happening. But the key to this is realizing that fear is a survival mechanism as well. Fear is something that is ingrained in us. It is information that is inside of us that is trying to keep us to survive. Now the problem is many people are looking at what's happening in the world and assuming that in order for them to survive, there's all these things they have to do. They've identified what's happening in a very small percentage of the world. The key is being able to observe that. When you observe it, then you see that that fear is not you, that fear is just something that is out there. You're able to observe it, you're able to relate to it differently. Now, let's talk about the best way that you can help others during this time of raising your vibration. It is not by feeling fear. It is not by trying to stay aware of the fear all the time. Awareness and fear are two different things as well. Awareness is what's needed right now, not the fear. But the best way you can help other people is by actually remaining in a calm state. There's something that is called, you call it like a transfer of energy. How I feel, the people around me are going to feel that. It's contagious. And if someone is freaking out like, oh my goodness, everything that's happening, this is crazy. You don't have to go, hey, listen, John, you want to know what? Well, what I did is I realized I could neutralize it by just looking objectively at it. Like, that's not going to help. But if they just see you and you're just kind of calm and you're just centered and present within yourself, guess what? Oh, that's an option. I was looking at this over here on television and it didn't even look like an option to me. Everyone else is just running around like this. So when you see that it's an option to relax, it is going to encourage other people. So the second thing is the best way you can help others is by being calm and relaxing. It is by knowing that this is happening in a small percentage of the world. And even if you're at your house right now, you have the choice to observe what is happening. You have the choice to remain in a powerful state. I think that it's just calling upon a lot of what we call light workers, people that are here to, in a way, shed that light to other people. That's a version of that. Even just by being yourself, just by being chill and being relaxed. Realize the reason you probably feel that fear and feel that projection of energy is because you've been tuning to stuff that has been draining your energy, like the media and like the news and like everything that's going on in social media. If you were to take back your attention, you wouldn't be feeling the way you do. It wouldn't be feeding that momentum. I don't feel the fear. I'm not afraid of this. I understand that it's something that's happening in the collective consciousness right now. It is bringing up things, whatever fear is happening right now on the planet. This is one of, I think, many things that may happen over the next 5 or 10 years. In a way, it's a purging. It's a clearing of energy in the collective consciousness. And what we could begin to do is to do the work ourselves. The best way we add value to others is by being in a high vibrational state. It's not by feeling the fear and feeding that reality. Now, the next thing that I would recommend is, you could say this is personal development or books, but one thing, like, we're on lockdown right now. There's many books that you could be reading, and when you read a book, you tune to that vibration of the person that read the book. There's somebody that may have read and spent their whole entire life writing one book on one subject where they go very deep. And we have the option to read that book and to absorb and download that information. And over the next period of time of the fear and chaos that's happened in the world, what you could do is you could tune to positive books, self-help books, meditation books. There's a book called The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer that I really enjoy. Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle will really help you through this process, because it'll help you observe what's happening. There's Think and Grow Rich. There's Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill as well. I'll go ahead and link below a podcast episode of that I did of the top 10 books that I think everyone could be reading right now with everything that's going on. And they're my top 10 spiritual books just in general. So you'll see that in the top of the description box below. But yeah, there's many great books out there, and you tune to that vibration. So instead of tuning to this vibration, instead of tuning to fear and anger that's on the media, tune to books and things that actually are going to progress you and to raise your vibration as well. Do the inner work. And that's something I think will just be so powerful. And the next thing is go inwards, learn meditation. I promise you guys, the biggest shift in my own life, and almost everyone that I've kind of encouraged to do this, is to learn meditation. It will change your entire life. Meditation is the key out of the prison of your mind. We live within our own belief systems. Many people right now are locked into what's happening in the media. They're locked into that, and they think that this is all that's happening, and that's the prison of their own mind. And the way out of it, and the key to that, is meditation. Because when you observe what is happening, you no longer identify so much with it. Then you start to gain your energy back. You start to realize that no matter what happens on the outside, you could observe on the inside. That's the most powerful thing that we all have. We can't all control the outside, but we can observe and be present on the inside, and paradoxically enough, that then controls the flow of what happens on the outside. It does have an effect. There is a correlation between the inside and the outside. And if you were to use this time of this fear, this chaos that's happening in the world right now, if you were to learn meditation, oh my goodness, it would change your life in so many ways. You would be a completely different person after 20, 30 days of doing it. It's what you do every single day over time that compounds. And meditation, like I said, it's the key to freedom. It's the key out of the prison of your mind. You think reality is the way it is. The stories about love, the stories about relationships, the stories about money, the stories about the chaos in the world. And when you learn to observe these things and to observe these stories, you then see that they're stories. There are things happening on the outside, but you don't have to let it affect the inside so much. You can observe it. It will change the way you relate to everything, and you'll become free. You'll feel emotionally free as well. There's also a meditation below on transforming that fear into love and power, and also strengthening the immune system. So if you want, that meditation will be in the top of the description box. Listen to that for 21 days. I think it's very powerful. And limiting media consumption is super important right now. Where are you tuning your vibration? Are you around people that are constantly feeding you these negative things? And when we look out into the world and we see that and we feel fear, we're actually feeding it. We're feeding that probable reality. And we're bringing more of it into our lives. So if you become, in a way, you start to develop boundaries with this, I think it is extraordinarily powerful. I think that what is happening right now in the world is a purging of collective consciousness energy. And what we can begin to do is to do the work within ourselves. The way that we transform the planet is we first transform ourselves, and we can become aware of the thoughts we have. We can, one of the most powerful practices for this is Ho'oponopono, if you've ever heard of it. Ho'oponopono is an ancient Hawaiian technique where you say, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And what you do is you take responsibility for actually what's happening in the world. And the reason you take responsibility for what's happening in the world is because what's happening in the world is happening within you. You perceive through your eyes and you interpret the outer world through the inside. So it's not really even outside. We think of it as outside of us, but it's all happening within us. It is all our own interpretation, our own judgment of it. And when you do something like Ho'oponopono, I always have trouble saying it, but I love the process. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. We take responsibility. I'm sorry for judging the world and saying how bad and fearful everything is right now. I'm sorry for doing that. Please forgive me. Forgiveness is the key to raising our vibration. Thank you. Gratitude is a very high vibration. I love you. That's who we really are, is love. Ho'oponopono, I also have a meditation for that. Listen to that. I think we can heal the world with this process. That'll be the top of the description box below. Listen to that for 21 days. Watch what happens. Anyways, share this with friends and family if you can. Help them to understand how they can maintain a high vibration through this process. Subscribe if you haven't already. Smash that subscribe button in the highest vibrational way possible. It's like, boop, like that. It's like so high vibe, like high vibe. Anyways, I love you guys. Peace, much love, and namaste. Namaste.